Good day. Today I'm going to talk about what do I normally do which is environmentally friendly. So the one of the practice that I do which is collecting household waste and classifying them into different categories such as the paper, plastic and tins, and then I will bring it to a recycle center and pass it to them. I do this almost every time since secondary school, and it has been my constant practice since then. I find it easy for me as I'm just collecting and classifying it, but I find it difficult when I don't see a lot of recycle bins around. So what I normally do is when on Sundays there will be stores set up by charity station, so they'll be setting up on roadside. So what we normally do is my family and I will go on breakfast, then we'll send the recyclable item that we collected in a bin to the recyclable station at roadside. Then we just pass it to them, and that's all. So uh, the cycle continues every week, and I think it is very important because we have been using a lot of new resources, and then I don't think that one day these resources will deplete, and when it is depleted, that's when it is too late to realize that we can still reuse some of the resources. Some items actually are still good and still usable, such as plastic bottles or cardboards. We can actually make it to other things or artwork uh, which is pretty and can be used as other purpose. So I think that it is important to save our resources.
How will we produce energy in the future?
The energy now that I've known will be fossil fuel, gas, and the renewable energy would be from the water, air, wind, and also solar. So in the future, um, I will be thinking we'll be using more on the solar power, since our country is all time available to the sun, and it is a tropical country that we do not have longer nights or uh, do not have seasons, so sun is available all time long. So the most available energy will be the sun, and the energy generated can be turned into like batteries or charging our cars, for example. So sun will be the energy that we'll be using in the future.
How have people's attitudes to the environment changed in your country?
Over the years, there has been advertisement about importance of recycling and the disadvantages of the waste in our country, that it is piling up most of the land. I think over the years, although with this awareness, um, people are still not really recycling their items. For example, in terms of the bins, I don't really find a lot of recycle bins around which is available for people to classify their waste and throw it according to different categories. Even in roadside or in drains or even on streets, I can actually see a lot of waste, recyclable waste such as plastic bottles, uh, uh, tins. So I think that people's awareness towards recycling their waste is still lacking in my country.
How do you recycle household waste in your country?
First of all, household waste could be organic waste and it could be inorganic waste. Organic waste could be like food leftovers or some residue from our cooking. While inorganic waste would be things like wrapping papers, plastics, or even um, some containers. So for inorganic waste, I think that there are some people who actually do enzyme at home, so they'll be collecting some scraps and fruit fruits the skin of the fruit after they peel, and they add some enzyme and some molasses, and they do it for they keep it aside for a few weeks, and then it will be enzyme that they'll be using after that to wash toilets or to wash uh, some the sinks, so uh, it will look cleaner. Then inorganic waste, people just throw it in the bins.
How will we travel around in the future?
I'll be thinking there will be more electric cars around which use electricity or batteries than fossil fuel. So there will be more hybrids or electric cars which will be seen on the road, and a lot of charging station because of the increase in electric cars. And that is an option to people who can afford an electric car, which is not cheap. Secondly, for public transport, our country has a new public transport system known as the MRT. So I think that there will be more high-speed train or similar things setting up in the future people that will facilitate people's transportation. So people will be using more public transport or more to electric cars in the future. Thank you.